Welcome to WorxTV, your new career and vocations destination. At WorxTV, we're focused on delivering the latest training courses, in-depth company profiles and testimonials from leaders of the industry that is sure to educate and inspire. In this episode, we'll take an in-depth look at the Skills Pathways program and catch up with the program's ambassador, Dan Hong, who was recently named Young Achiever of the Year by Restaurant and Catering Australia. We reveal that quality apprentices are vital to the success of any business and show you where to receive quality training to kickstart or advance your career. And we'll provide you with an all-access pass to the Executive Chefs Club to learn about the opportunities for women in the hospitality industry from many talented executive chefs. So stick around as we bring you the latest career and vocation information right here at WorxTV. Restaurant and Catering Australia is leading the way in training of apprentices and in the upskilling of employees within the hospitality industry. Gordon Talty of the RCA caught up with the program's ambassador and Maryvale executive chef Dan Hong to learn about his involvement in the program.
I'd like to go to Mr. Wong if I can, please, thank you. Hi, I'm Gordon. I'm the Education and Training Manager for Restaurant and Catering Association Australia. I've been involved in the education and hospitality sector for over 30 years. The industry has changed over those years, and part of that change is the upskilling and training of apprentices and employees within this industry. And a great initiative from Restaurant and Catering Australia is the introduction of the Skills Pathway program. There are 4 programs under the Skills Pathway initiative. Number 1, it's the competency-based progression of Certificate 3 in Commercial Cookery for apprentices. Number 2, it's the re-establishment of the waitering apprenticeship through the medium of Certificate 3 in Hospitality. The initiative is also promoting a program of trade qualified cooks who have completed their Certificate 3 in Commercial Cookery and gained through competency-based progression their Certificate 4 in Hospitality Commercial Cookery. And the last initiative is the introduction of a skill set for the training of supervisors of apprentices. This is a very important initiative that will help mentor and retain apprentices within our industry, which is what our industry desperately needs, is qualified personnel and retention of apprentices. We're off to speak to Dan Hong, who's the executive chef of the apprentice, Melissa Nguyen, who is under the Skills Pathway project. We're to see how she's coping finding studies and work and how she's finding the mentoring in the workplace. Dan, can you tell me something about yourself, about your life in industry and how you see the industry going?
Well, I've been cooking for about 13 years now. I started as an apprentice.
Yes.
It took me about 3.5 years to do my apprenticeship.
Yes.
Over 10 years ago. I worked long hours. I didn't get great pay, but I stuck with it just through to my passion that I developed during my apprenticeship and that love that you have for the craft that you do that makes you want to strive for the best.
Certainly. Can you tell me how you balance your workload in executive chef role over 3 restaurants?
And I've got a team of over 40 chefs that are on the roster.
Fantastic.
Including a few apprentices.
Yes.
But to be honest, there's not enough. I need more apprentices. I need to support those young talent that comes through, and I think through this whole School Pathways program, it will work.
How do you mentor them? How do you encourage them to continue it and complete their apprenticeship?
Well, I can only just mentor them in a way which I know best, and that is just to sort of step by step guide them in systems that we have in all my kitchens, and basically not treat them too harshly.
Yeah, which is understandable.
I really feel that your passion will develop during your apprenticeship, and like myself, my passion did develop during my apprenticeship, and you'll have a certain sense of satisfaction when you start cooking, and then you notice these customers are eating your food and really enjoying what you're cooking.
Yes. Chef, we'd like to talk about, if we can, Melissa Nguyen, one of your apprentices here at Mr. Wong and as part of the Maryvale family. Can you tell us something about Melissa?
Melissa's one of the best apprentices that I have, and it's really great because I actually found her on the Discover Hospitality website. I looked at her skills passport, and I noticed she had a year of experience at a European restaurant, and she wanted to do the Asian experience. So she really is embracing the Mr. Wong style and learning sort of those Asian techniques.
What do you think of you, the employer, being able to access the real-time information about the training of your apprentice.
It's amazing because she now has the chance to finish her apprenticeship early if she does really well in the workplace.
Fantastic.
And
excellent.
She's on her way to doing it.
Magnificent. Melissa has been, I would say, taught a special dish. Can you explain to me what she's going to cook?
It's our version of a banh mi, which is a traditional Vietnamese pork sandwich. It's very popular. Everyone has them as their entree, and this is what we're going to show you. So the banh mi is a traditional Vietnamese sandwich that is influenced by the French colonization of Vietnam. She's spreading some duck liver pate. Traditionally, it's a big, large baguette, but because it's an entree, so we're doing sort of mini versions of it. We're doing two different types. We're doing a pork belly one and a chicken katsu one, which is sort of like a chicken schnitzel. She's going to continue with putting a jalo underneath 3 of these banh mi's. And jalo is almost like a Vietnamese style of Devon, except that it's 100% pork as opposed to Devon is like 20% pork, if you know what I mean. This pork belly has been braised in a master stock, and then you can see it's nicely deep fried to get that really nice caramelization. The chicken katsu, this is my take on a chicken banh mi, where I've taken a chicken thigh fillet, I've marinated, I've crumbed it in Japanese breadcrumbs or panko, and then deep fried it until crispy. Some salted cucumber. What I've done is I've sliced the cucumber and I've salted it for about an hour or so, and then I've washed it out. And that really brings the moisture out of the cucumber and actually makes the cucumber quite crispy in texture. Okay, great. So now, Melissa, if you'd like to continue with the pickled carrot and daikon. Daikon is a Japanese radish. So I've just pickled it in a simple solution of vinegar, sugar, and water. That's been pickled just for a day or so. She's going to continue with a teaspoon each of sriracha mayonnaise. And this is a very simple sauce that I've made where I just mix sriracha, which is a famous chili sauce, and I've mixed it with some Japanese mayo. So it's very simple, very easy to do at home. The last ingredient is coriander. I think that's what makes a really good banh mi, is the amount of coriander. It gives it that freshness and fragrance. I'm just going to put these on top. 3 beautiful pork banh mi's, and these are 3 nice chicken banh mi's. There you go, that's one of my signature dishes. So Melissa, this is the test. Let's see what Gordon thinks of these sandwiches.
Hi Melissa, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
That's your banh mi?
Fantastic, what a magnificent achievement. Well done, thank you.
To learn more about how the Skills Pathway program can advance your career, go to discoveryourcareer.com.au. TAFE New South Wales is the largest vocational educational training provider in Australia and one of the best in the world. Let's take a look at a day in the life of hospitality employees who reveal the benefits that TAFE training has had on their careers. First up, commercial cookery apprentice John Javier talks about his training while working at Key Restaurant for renowned head chef Peter Gilmore.
Hi, I'm John Javier. I currently work at Key Restaurant and I'm enrolled at TAFE as an apprentice chef. I work at Key 4 days a week and I do 1 day at TAFE. It really is the perfect combination of work and study. Growing up, I wanted to become a chef, but my dad was also a chef and he always told me not to do it. I eventually had to take up the pan and start cooking at home, and I really enjoyed it. I loved cooking. I was enrolled doing advertising and my heart wasn't really in it. When I was still thinking about becoming a chef, I emailed a few restaurants and Peter Gilmore was nice enough to email me back and told me to come in for a chat. We agreed that I'd do an unpaid work experience here. That was the start of my cooking career. There's a lot of pressure working at a restaurant such as Key as an apprentice. We're still expected to perform the same way as any of the senior chefs. We still have the same responsibilities and the food still has to be of the same quality. TAFE really gave me the foundation I needed in my cooking skills. You can cook the most creative meals, but at the end of the day, you still need the building blocks of cooking. You get a lot more hands-on experience, and it also allows you to work in the actual industry. A lot of other places, you have to study the whole time and you don't really get hands-on experience. Part of the course involves becoming head chef for a day at TAFE, and we actually do lunch or dinner service for diners. We have to create our own menu and the rest of the students actually execute that, not just in creating food but planning finances for that as well. So we've got the sourdough crumbs on the outside, the goat's coat is underneath, and the salad is all layered on top of each other. Most of the people you'll find in the kitchen have started at a TAFE, and generally restaurants are more accepting of TAFE students. Anyone can pick up the skills to become a chef. To be a great chef though, you need talent. I think that's probably the key ingredient. The hardest part is taking the first step, getting enrolled at TAFE and deciding you want to become a chef. I'd like to open my own restaurant someday. Not anytime soon, there's still lots to learn, but yeah, definitely.
Sydney TAFE Hospitality Management students and industry partner Swissatel talks about the opportunities and benefits of the Hospitality Work Placement program that matches students with industry partners to obtain real-life work experience.
My name is Carlos Hurtado. I'm the training manager at Swissatel Sydney. My role pretty much encompasses looking after all students, work colleagues and teammates from all levels. I came from a product of a TAFE upbringing myself, so it is important because you realise these kids and these students actually have a passion for the industry. To get that, that's already a head start, I guess, ahead of others. At times we've had students that actually got the job straight away.
My name is Michel, 23 years old. I'm doing a hospitality management course here at TAFE. I've done my work experience at Swissatel. I really enjoy it. I never worked in a 5-star hotel. After that, they offered me a job, so that's really good.
My name is Marcelo. I'm from Brazil. I'm 31 years old, and I've been studying hospitality and management for the last year. With this whole knowledge I learned here, I'm working as assistant manager. I would recommend the course 100%, especially if it's a new environment for the candidate. If the person is just planning to study and to have a career, start with TAFE.
Sydney TAFE giving you a lot of practical skills. When you go out of here, you're ready to be part of the industry and start to work in hospitality.
My name is Claudia. I just finished high school. I'm currently studying hospitality management diploma at TAFE Ultimo. I enjoyed cooking in high school and I enjoyed managing people as well. My workplace gave me confidence and more experience outside of the classroom, and I want to cook for myself and for my family.
This course, I think, gives you a lot of opportunity to find a better job.
When I look at a resume and I see Sydney TAFE, I actually get a bit excited myself because I know what they've been taught in the classroom really does pay off.
What do you get when you combine a chocolate artisan and a martial artist? One sweet killer in the kitchen. TAFE alumni Jessica Pedimont could very well be Gordon Ramsay's ultimate competition and kitchen nightmare.
My name's Jessica Pedimont. I have started a company about 5 years ago called Chocolate Artisan. As a child, people would always say, what are you going to be when you grow up? I didn't know if I was going to be a fireman or an astronaut. I thought, what do I like to do? And it was all art, sport and food. I definitely live in two different defined worlds. When I started cooking professionally 16 years ago, I actually started martial arts at the same time. I just found martial arts was something that I could just physically exert myself to the point where, you know, I slept well, I ate well, I had a really good clarity of mind, and I still feel that it helps give me that balance. One of the two things that links together my world in the gym and the world in the kitchen, which is where I spend a big part of my life, is the mental planning, the preparation, the organisation. You know, getting in the ring is a little bit like service at lunchtime. You know, you've got 150 tables, it's go, 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 go. You've got to deliver. When you get on the mat and you're competing as well, you know, you've got expectations, you've usually got a plan. You obviously need to be flexible. Kitchens are like that as well. You need to be able to adapt. And it's attention to detail. You're perfecting a punch, you could be perfecting a kick, you could be perfecting how that chocolate sits on that plate, making sure it's at the right angle. It could be a signature dish. That dish has to look the same every time. One of the biggest things that's been in my life, TAFE. It's the industry benchmark for what we're doing, and you need something that helps give you that structure and helps set the pace. For anybody that's going to enter into a trade, it made perfect sense. When you have training where you're on the job and you're using your hands, when you actually take it back into the classroom, it's not all just theory and textbook and audio. You're actually getting your hands and having a go and practicing, then going into the workplace. For us, it's actually, I think, the most beneficial to learning. I think one of the great things that TAFE is doing moving forward with their development is that they've created this alumni. And what they've done is they've created this alumni, which is bringing together graduates, new graduates, postgraduates, and basically creating a community for us that, the story doesn't end there, that you can come together, you can network, you can meet other like-minded people and collaborate.
It's now time for our version of a reality TV cooking experience without the drama queens, as we join TAFE graduate Mark Jensen, executive chef from Red Lantern, who ran a masterclass for TAFE hospitality students.
Tonight's dinner in the Apprentice restaurant with Mark Jensen is the first of its kind.
The Apprentices are unique, that is run for the students, by the students. The students design the menus normally, they cook it, they have to cost it, they have to order the food.
It is what we refer to as experiential. So the idea is that you don't sit in a classroom, you don't sit and just learn theory. The idea is that we want to give you operational skills and management skills. But we do that in a way that the students enjoy that experience.
Hello, my name is Mark Jensen and I'm the Executive Chef of Red Lantern Restaurant, both on Crown Street and Riley Street here in Sydney. I'm here tonight at the Sydney TAFE in the Apprentice Restaurant. I'm here because I was invited to actually work with the students and to show the students a little of what I do in the workplace. So I've created some recipes and I've set them to task in the TAFE kitchen, and it's been a really fun afternoon so far.
Today I'm doing desserts and I've been put on the ice cream, which I've never really done before, so it's a bit of a challenge.
It doesn't look like it's vanilla. What's going on there?
We substituted half the sugar content with palm sugar.
Yeah, that's really cool. I knew you'd come up with an idea because I know I wanted an ice cream to go with the tapioca and corn pudding. TAFE appreciates that to be relevant to industry, they have to provide the facilities and, I guess, teach the techniques that industry want.
They start here with a basic platform and we provide them with opportunities to develop and build on that platform. It should show them what they are capable of achieving in the industry.
Mark was a student here once and Mark's achieved a fantastic career and they can aspire to that.
Things that we learn here, like all the influences from someone like Mark, will almost definitely make their way into hopefully some recipes that I make up in the future.
These guys are being trained to work and operate in a fast-paced, highly professional environment. Those skills can take them wherever they want to. All around the world, there's so many options and opportunities out for them.
Well, dinner's finished. As you can see, we've still got some customers here, but the apprentices did such a great job today. I'm so proud of them. It was such a pleasure to be here with them.
The quality training TAFE is providing in the hospitality industry throughout Australia will continue to produce the world-class culinary master chefs of the future. To learn all about the diverse range of courses available, go to discoveryourcareer.com.au today. The Hospitality Training Network is the largest group employer of apprentice chefs and hospitality trainees, earning the reputation as being the leading and most respected group organisation in the hospitality sector in Australia. In this next segment, we learn about the exciting opportunities for women in the hospitality industry.
worked at Claridge's Hotel in London, and then from there I won a competition for Best Dessert in the UK, the only female in that competition. And then from there I went and worked at Pierre Hermé for a few years. Well, my family's always been around food, so it's always been, you know, every Sunday you got your halloumi cheese and your bread and everything, so it was always a culture around food, and then I just really got into it. If you're passionate, you can go a long way. Definitely that. And I think you just got to be driven, you got to be ambitious. I think a lot of reading, education and stuff like that, and never stop learning, and stay humble with it all as well. I think humbleness and having fun means a lot.
I've often thought that, you know, like the great female chefs of Australia and indeed the world have the opportunities that men do. I've often wondered also why they generally tend to end up in patisserie, and I think it's because they've got the patience that men don't have. Having said that, there are a lot of great male patisserie chefs now. The benefits, great way to explore your passion, a fantastic way to earn a living. You want to travel? Hey, you've got a passport to travel no matter where you want to go. What do you want to do? You're going to meet great people. You want to meet famous people, you're going to do that. You want to be a celebrity chef? Yeah, you can do that. You want to be a mixologist, you want to be, it's all available in this industry.
There is a place there for females to succeed and be very successful in our industry. I think we just need to overcome those mindsets and challenges. At the end of the day, I think the percentages of females coming back to work after they've had family is quite high. I think what we fail as in the hospitality industry is to recognise that and to work with it. I mean, there's no problem in a kitchen with job sharing.
Every female goes through this situation because it's not easy. Like most of the kitchens, it's 80% of men who rules the kitchen. So being a female and doing so much of hard work and so much of hours, well, it's a big stressful job.
Australian chefs are really sought after all over the world, so to do skills training here in Australia is something special, but then to be able to take that to the rest of the world, that passion, that talent that we offer. Chef shortage just isn't here in Australia, it's all over the world. It's a demanding industry, they call it a young person's trade. Those who hang around for many years are gifted in talent and have a genuine passion, but I think for a young person who wants to travel, what better industry is there? You get a job anywhere in the world.
Well, a kitchen is always full of excitement, full of new things, getting to know new plates, and also like serving people, celebrities. So that's something exciting for me because I also want to be a celebrity chef one day.
I first got into being a chef, needed some pocket money while I was at school. So as soon as I got my license, I started washing dishes at a local restaurant. And from there, I knew I wanted to be a chef, so I kind of ditched all my other plans and just focused on that. I have 3 female chefs working in my kitchen, just put on a new apprentice, so she's a first year, an intermediate, and then I've got one in a senior chef position as well. I think it creates a really cool balance with the guys. I think you need that little bit of a feminine touch on the food as well, and they've always got great ideas. In 2014, I won the Young Chef of the Year. This is an award throughout all the chefs in New South Wales who are coming up through the ranks. It was an awesome award to win. It was such a special night when I received the award and got to acknowledge all the chefs that I wanted to thank and friends who helped me out along the way. So I think that was one of the most important highlights of my career thus far, and I just hope that I can do everyone proud and and hold up my name with this great award.
The hospitality and tourism industry are always on the lookout for passionate employees. By 2015, an additional 56,000 people will be needed to fill vacancies, including 26,000 skilled positions. It's a lot of jobs for a lot of people. Right now, the industry is in need of chefs, pastry chefs and commercial cooks. So, no matter what stage you're at in your career, whether you're just starting out or moving up the ladder, or looking for a new career path in an industry you may have never previously considered, go to discoveryourcareer.com.au to kickstart your career in this dynamic and exciting industry. Well, that's all we have time for today. I hope we've inspired you to consider the vast array of training and opportunities on offer. See you next time.